Hello, it's Jan Goss Gibson, and I wanted to come to you today with a really special message, something that is super, super close to my heart because honestly, I just went through it. I want to talk to you about disappointment. You know the feeling. It's when you feel lost, you feel let down, you feel like things just didn't turn out the way that you wanted them to turn out. Yes, that's disappointment. I just had a super disappointing thing happen in my life. And I was thinking about the word disappointment, that it felt like I missed an appointment. It's like I had an appointment and then I showed up and no one was there. That's how it felt to me. I was disappointment. I was disillusioned. I was mad. I was hurt. I had all of this barrage of emotions. And I was talking to a dear friend of mine after this, what I call meltdown, because I did have a meltdown. And I was talking to her and she said, Jan, you seem to always know how to navigate your way through things. And I thought, I am the navigator. That is who I am. I do know how to navigate. But what did I do to get from this feeling of disappointment and hurt and anger? How did I get back to being myself? So what I did was I retraced my steps because honestly, it only took me a little less than 24 hours. So that's pretty fast to bounce back when you've had a big disappointment. And what I did is I actually wrote down, I'm going to share with you 10 steps to navigate your way through disappointment. Are you ready? Because here they go. I'm going to give them to you. And then at the end, I want to invite you to actually come be with me and learn how to navigate through, to navigate your way to peace and happiness right here in my personal home. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but I want to give you these 10 steps to navigate your way through disappointment. Here we go. Step number 1, own it. The first thing I had to do was just own where I was. I was disappointed. And I had to own the emotions that came with it. And can I tell you, it was not very pretty. I mean, I was crying like the ugly cry, had a meltdown. I was so disappointed. And so step number 1 is I had to own my emotions. I had to own where I was. Step number 2, now I'm reverse engineering this, right? I'm thinking, how did I get through this? Step number 2 was talk to God about it, raw and real. Now, I don't know what your religious beliefs are or what your belief system is, but if you don't even believe in God, just for a minute, act like there might be a force, there may be someone who truly does love and care about you that's on your side. Talk to that entity. Talk to God about it. If you have a personal relationship with God, it makes it even richer and even better. Talk to God about it. Talk to God raw and real. So that was the second step that I did. Step number 3, tell someone you trust, raw and real. Again, this is someone who you really, really trust. So for me, this was my husband, and I just laid it out for him. And I was raw, I was real, it wasn't pretty. It sounded like there was a sailor in the room. I was not in a good state of mind, but I knew I could trust him. So talk to someone who you trust, raw and real. Step number 4, this was a big one for me. Make a choice, a quality decision to believe what is true. This was a tough one for me. I knew that I had to literally make a decision, a choice. Am I going to believe what I'm seeing with my natural eye? Or am I going to believe what I know is true, what I know is true about my life, what I know is true about my business? Am I going to believe what's really true? So I had to make that quality choice. That was step number 4. And then number 5 came a little easier, which is fix my focus on my goal again. I had to refocus back on the goal because I had been disappointed. I lost my focus. Number 6, look at what I do have. Take inventory. So even though I was disappointed, I made a decision to get back on the goal and take an inventory of what I do have instead of focusing on what I don't have and what went wrong. I shifted my focus to what I do have. Step number 7, ask for help. Now, this is different than the raw and real regurgitating on the person in the beginning of the process. This is a trusted confidant. I love the way she thinks. She's been an attorney for years. She's very black and white. I need her in my life. So I asked for help. I reached out for wise counsel. So I had a little inner work to do first, but then I reached out for help. That is a difficult thing to do when you're a leader sometimes. We don't want anyone to know that we have our own stuff too. I did. I reached out, and I'm so glad that I did. The next step, step number 8, put one foot in front of the other and get in action focused on the goal. So talking with my friend, talking with my confidant helped me to put some action steps in place to get out of the space where I was. I needed some help. So I put one foot in front of the other, began to move forward. And then step number 9, I had to stay open to receive, to stay teachable. What did I need to learn from this disappointment? How could I do things differently? Maybe make a little 2-degree shift. So I had to stay open to receive instruction. And then step number 10 is to rinse and repeat until the goal is realized. Maybe we have to go back to owning it. Maybe we have to go back to talking to God and telling someone we trust. Maybe we have to go back to making that quality choice to believe what's true and fixing our focus on the goal again. Maybe we have to go back to look at what we do have and take inventory and reach out for help and wise counsel. Maybe we have to go back and put one foot in front of the other and stay open to receive. These are the 10 steps to navigate your way through disappointment. It worked for me, and it will work for you. In the scriptures, it tells us, cast all of your care on the Lord because he cares for you. Someone cares for you. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, it's true. Take your cares and cast them on God. Cast them, let go of them, and you'll learn to navigate your way through the disappointing times and seasons and moments. I would love to be a part of helping you learn to navigate your way, not just through the disappointments, but actually to a destination. And that destination is peace and happiness. I want to invite you to a very special VIP day right here in my personal residence called Navigating the Way to Peace and Happiness. You'll find out more about it in the feed below. I'll post a link where you can go to a page. You can find out all the details about it, see what other people have said who have already come through the VIP day. And also, if you want to just set up a conversation, let's have a chat. Let's see if you're a right fit. This is an invitation only or a referral only event. So you can't just walk in the door and show up. It's limited to a small number of women. It is for women only. And I would love to have a conversation and see if you're a fit. Let's learn together how to navigate the way to peace and happiness. Bye-bye for now.